Hey, what's up, guys? We had a few people asking us how to put the game back in the box after taking everything out. People were looking at that picture that we took and were like, there's no way that it would all fit, but I promise you it does, and I'm going to show you how. So here is a table after we've been playing. Brooklyn and I have been playing through the two-player variant, mostly for fun, but also for some research purposes. So pretty much everything is out. We got it's sort of a mess here, but I'm going to show you how we put this thing all back. Okay, first off, we really do, for now, recommend snagging one of these. I can put a link in the description, but it's just a regular tackle box, like for fishing. This thing works great. So what we're going to do is probably do the tokens first. You can see there's just tokens everywhere. I'm going to start organizing that. So we kind of section it off. Damage, SP tokens, encounter tokens, terrain, status tokens, kind of just random tokens that you're going to come across throughout the game. You can organize these however you want. We also throw the dice in here, which is kind of handy. But yeah. Okay, got all the tokens cleaned up. Put away. So it may be I may have contradicted myself when I said everything would fit in the box, and then I immediately tell you that you need a tackle box to hold the tokens. I'm sorry, we're working on some ways to mitigate this kind of thing. We know that we feel like sometimes games, they'll have a tray that's just basically useless. We would have needed to probably up the size of the box, which is already huge, to include a tray that would actually do what we wanted it to do. But we have some ideas, so bear with us with our first little project here. Okay, next, because we want to save where we're at in the game, we have marked our adventure sheet here. So let me move this stuff. So I got a pencil. We printed this off from the rule book. We've just kind of written down where we're at, our gold, our XP, who we're playing, and I told you we're playing the two-player variant, so it's just the two of us. The way that works is you link your adventure to another one, and you kind of gain the stats of what they do. So I'm playing Zeke. I'm kind of going with a paladin inspired build, so I'm taking men so I can heal, but I also do damage with Hammer Helm, which allows me to re-roll my attack rolls if I am using a two-handed weapon. So I'm using a great hammer. I'm going just like full paladin here. And then I'm linked to Remy, so it gives me extra HP, and I can fly, which is cool. Brooklyn is playing he's going with a familiar. I think he's going to go summoning, but he's going two-handed build as well with Hammer Helm. He's using a halberd, so he's poking people from 2 spaces away. So I'm just going to put our character cards away in the adventure tuck bags that we're including. So I put those away. These are ready. It's essentially we saved our game, and yeah, so we can pick up whenever we want and just keep on going. I also, right here, the page number. I don't know if I mentioned that a minute ago, but this is really nice to keep track of exactly where you're at. We just finished a side quest called Everlasting Loa Problem. So this is one of the bigger encounters, 3x3. This is a really fun one. So next I'm going to put away the miniatures. And we do have a tray for that, so that should be fairly simple. So you may notice as I'm doing this, we actually just took all the base clips and put them on the corresponding figures. So there's no need to keep those in a bag or anything. We just threw all those right in there. Okay, so miniatures are back in. Got the cover here. Throw that back on. It's actually 2 miniature trays. We didn't use any bosses, so I just left that as is, but really got that down here. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to categorize the cards by type. So I'll do disciplines, combatant loot cards. I'll separate all the item cards by their tier. So right now we're getting into common gear, but we are primarily in mundane. So in the box here we have all the rare, uncommon stuff, unique items. We're having those in the box because we're not using them. So start there. Okay, so the cards are organized. I'll attach a picture. I'm gonna help you guys out. But basically, we separated the. You don't have to do this. We're a little bit OCD about keeping it organized. I'm sure you guys will be too. But with the item upgrades, we have the monster loot upgrades: mundane, common, uncommon, and rare. All the tarot cards, initiative cards, combatant loot, small hidden deck, all the disciplines. Again, with these upgrades, you could stack them all in one pile, call it good, if you wanted to. And then we like to, when we play, because you're constantly drawing consumables, I like to have them on a separate deck. Then we have mundane, common, uncommon, rare, unique items. These are rare items that you'll find throughout the game, and then monster loot items. I have the tiles in 2 stacks here, and then the medium hidden deck, large hidden deck, and your 5x6 combatant and adventure cards. You probably noticed that these aren't sleeved yet. We ran out of sleeves. We got to run into the game store and finish it up. But the box does fit all the cards with sleeves. So. Okay, putting everything back in the box. We have the world map, the Alenia region map, at the very bottom. First, you're going to want to put in the rule book, just because it's a different shape and it just works better. And then the adventure book. And then all the little small ones. It really doesn't matter what order you put those in. All right. The tiles will go next. Trying to do this with one hand. So I just put them in 2 stacks. There's 36 of them. Divide that in 2. Stack them. There you go. Okay, I promise someday we're going to get rid of this stupid fluorescent light that makes a glare on everything. But what we're going to do now, I know someone's going to be mad at me, but I put rubber bands on these. I'm sorry. But what I'm going to do is this is perfect for these small cards. Okay, you have this little gap between the books. I'm just going to throw them in there. So I just banded them up, just like I told you in the last little bit there. Boom. Little cards done. Next up, I'm doing the standard Euro. So we have this middle zone here, perfect to fit these in. Again, with sleeves. Throw those in there. Stack them up. Hopefully I don't give anyone motion sickness filming this. Okay. There we go. So for the rest, it's important to stack everything else on this side. This is where the bigger tray is going to go. Just due to the depth of this one, not a whole lot of stuff can fit on the tiles here. So this tray basically just fits perfectly here, right over the tiles. And then you're just going to stack everything else here. So I'm going to start with the adventure sheet. And then I'm going to do the 5x6. The red revealer you can throw in there wherever you feel. Tarot cards. Our tuck bags. And then I have our standees. So yeah. Then what I'll do is just, here's the other tray. Throw it on top. Everything's packed up, ready to rock. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Next week I'm going to try to do a video on just like real-time encounter setup and how it works within the adventure mode. So stay tuned. Thanks.